Okay, I think this is going to be the last installment of the Great Deku Tree by Lego Legend of Zelda. Set number 77092 contains 2,500 pieces, retails for $299.99, and the set was provided by the Lego Group as a requested review. So thank you, Lego. And remember in the last installment we did assemble the face, we put the sides, and we got the back part of this done. And yeah, we already got greenery things already fallen off. I don't know where this went, so I'll just leave it down there for right now. And this is essentially what we've done in the back. So there's not a whole lot to this. And I don't know where I'm going to start with it today. But, and just for a quick summation from what we did in the last, or a recap, it's not worth taking this thing apart to build this version, or vice versa. It's a mess. It's really a mess. So today we're going to be focusing on bags 17, 20, 21, and 23. Or 22. I can't remember which bag it was. But, okay, bags 22. There we go. So this is probably the only one that we're going to be set off to the side, so we're going to have to do the whole sorting thing. And I went through bags 17, 20, and 21, and basically what happened is you recycled the limbs from the other one. You have to take off the pink leaf pieces to recycle them for this. Okay, so that's not too terribly bad. And I'm trying to find everything here. I got some stories to tell today, so it'll be really interesting. So you keep these in here, and bag, I think 21 is the green stuff. So you keep these, you take everything down to this point here. Okay. And on those trees that we had, you have to take the branches off of these, because we're going to need these. Same exact thing, just pop them off of these. So, yeah, it's you don't get to keep everything. And so far, I'm pretty pleased with the build, but the face was the only thing that was just flaking off on this. Trying to get myself situated here. So, you should have 8 of these leaf assemblies, but we need to make, I think 5 or so more. So that's what's in there. So at least we have that prepared. And of course we have some of the other pieces that are assembled. And I don't know where this thing goes. We'll have to figure out that in a bit. But yeah, it's not too terribly bad. Okay, let's begin. Let's build it. And yeah, so you just skip everything up to about here. That's not too bad, right? Now you gotta make 4 of these, but we already have these done here. These are done. And I think the only thing that's gonna pretty much kill me on this set now is setting the camera, moving things around. That's probably the only downside to this set. So let me zoom in a little bit for you here. And yeah, let's get going here. So, today is Sunday. I'm trying to think here. It's Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day, everyone. So it's Sunday, I believe it's May 11th, 2025. So there you go. And then, so yeah, and early next week, well, tomorrow actually, my girlfriend and I are going on a camping trip, a much-needed vacation, because I've got a lot of work coming in. She's going to be bogged down. So we were like, we're doing something fun. That's 1 out of 8 there. 4. So that was at least something, we got that out of the way. And I got to pack some stuff up. Get everything ready to go. And she's taking care of some of the stuff. I'm preparing the meals. I'm going to just do foil pouch meals. Basically prepare hamburgers, salad, everything like that that's prepared. So when we go up there, we don't have to do much of anything. We just plop it on the grill and then we're done. So that's how we're doing it. And yeah. So you're going to have to stick your individual leaves here on these first. So this part here, yeah, you're going to have to do that. Yeah, it's kind of cluttered up here right now. Not a whole lot I can do about it. And I got to get this set done, but not... I was going to get it done in a hurry because I have a bunch of sets coming in. Well, that has soon changed. I found I wasn't the only one that has experienced this. I have 2 lots of Lego set reviews coming in. They are on hold. Not on hold because I won't be out of town, but they are on hold due to customs. You could probably already guess what I'm going to be ranting about today. They are on hold because of the tariffs. And I got a notification. I thought it was just spam first. And it was not spam. It goes right in this hole right here. That one right there. So now, I was in a hurry to get this thing done first, and then so I can get the new stuff in. I don't have to spend too much time on old stuff trying to get it done. And when I was told through a text message that I had to owe, it was a pretty good chunk, a good amount of money just to get my review order here. I'd have to pay in order to get the sets delivered. Or sacrifice, and they send them right back to Lego. Now, I was already instructed not to accept it, not to pay. So, the future of doing reviews on this channel right now are limited. I don't know, because this whole stupid thing, and I wanted to so bad is tell Lego, why don't you just send the bill to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and let them deal with it. I'm sure they want to cover the cost, but I didn't. And it's just kind of a shame, because the sets that are coming in, they have some really good commentary attached to them, but I can't do nothing about it except cough up a good chunk of cash to get the sets here. And I thought, well, at that point I'm just purchasing them, and these are some of them I would never purchase. So there's that. And we got these leaf pieces installed. I'm not sure where this thing goes yet, but yeah, that's pretty much the that's what set the tone for the day, is the whole duty and tariff fees. Now, mind you, I didn't buy this stuff. It's being sent to me for review. It should have a value of $0, but apparently the federal government thought it was worth something. So it won't be for long before you do not see any videos on here, but we'll try our best. Yeah, so that's the rant for the day. And now the next rant is putting all those on there and hoping we do that right. So I'll start right here. So when you make all these, you just shove them on here. Okay, so we'll start right here in this corner. Let's see if I can get that here. Now this is going to be obviously harder to rotate around as it gets bigger. So I'm just going to wiggle that in there. Got that on there, so that's good news. And then now we got one right here. At least it's got the sockets where you know where they go. Okay, and yeah, I could do that, huh? Yeah, so that whole tariff thing, that kind of threw me out of a loop. I thought, oh, I'm not buying anything. But, well, yeah, it's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess, out here now. That's the new norm. So even free items that I'm only doing just for paperwork, you have to still pay for. So yeah, even if you think, oh Jay, you must be safe, no. Nobody's safe from this anymore. All right. My voice wants to crack. Allergies, I hope ain't come down with a head cold, but I'm still going out of town. I think it's allergies as my nose has been kind of stuffed up. But there we go so far. Okay, now we have to assemble 5 more of those. They're the same exact thing as we had here. And unfortunately with those, I didn't build them because that was not part of the thing. Okay, so if it was already assembled, I just kind of skipped it. So that's where the butter container here comes in with this. Now, I may need to get some from the other bin, but we already know all the pieces are here for a fact. So what I'm going to do here is just build well, first, if I can get them on right here. Can you see what I'm doing? Yep. Get these in here. So yeah, I'm pretty much stoked for the trip. We're just going to do all 5 of them now. I'll start sorting parts out then because I'm going to need them. Yeah, it's just getting out of town and relaxing and put all this stupid tariff stuff behind us. It's amazing how somebody can cause so much drama in the world is beyond me. But that's that's just how it is. Sometimes I wish I can go in depth on these conversations, but I try to keep these more targeted towards family fun here. Well, what fun, we're all going to have to pay more for Lego stuff. But I was already instructed not to pay it, not to worry about it. And they said if they get sent back, they'll send it back right back to us. I just thought, man, that's just a waste of money, but okay. Okay, there's 4 of these, so there must be another one hidden around here somewhere. But yeah, this set though, it's different, but it's obviously something that and I had a question as, would you buy something like this? The first model, yes, but if you're building the second model, not so much. I gotta find the bin of random parts. That's assembled stuff. Alright, hold on, I gotta find some stuff here. Okay, so it's gotta be in here somewhere. Now, I'm not taking apart this other stuff like this, because I don't know. So I'm kind of hanging on to that right now, and just parts, big pieces. Now I know that the parts from the other model were here, but I cannot find that one leaf piece. And I've already submitted the review, so it doesn't matter. Oh, there it is. So as I say, if it was missing a piece, that would have been a shame. I'm not sure how I want to do the review on this yet. Do I want to do close-up or just do a 360 spin and just talk about it? I know some people prefer the close-up stuff, so I may have to do it. But I'm glad I can share these ideas with you and share my experiences in building this stuff for you and make you help you with the decision if you want to invest the time into purchasing this set. Especially with the cost of Lego and how expensive it is. I know some people kind of get squirmy. Even I get like that, thinking, do I really want to spend that kind of money on this? So that's the thing there. So yeah, you got to make a couple more of these. Now they don't have to be perfect. It's nature, so we don't really have to really focus on everything being symmetrically, sound. I'm just going to put one in and stick these in here. So now you know how to build it. You can build it any way you want. It's your set. But for me personally, though, this is a set, if you're in the video game memorabilia, yes. It's, for the most part, complete. The first model's pretty good. The second model, I don't think there's a whole lot of play value with it. I think this is just meant to just look good. But I think what I'm going to do, though, with the review, I think when I get this done, we're just going to do a 360 spin. Then I'm going to film the review after that, but then in between those two, I'm going to go ahead and insert the close-up footage. So this is a little more cruder than the main channels. I'm just going to go pretty much blazing through this, you know, and just to get this done today, because even though if I'm not getting my other reviews in right at this second, I got other things I want to do, and because I got to finish packing up the truck. More or less, the truck's working good. Still squeaky brakes, but we'll break those in hopefully. Yeah, so it's just a lot of stuff going on right now. As far as for tutorials, I did film one tutorial. I have one that I'm working on. It's going to be a pack for something else. As I was going through a lot of my other tutorials, I'm thinking, you know what, these are kind of incomplete. I need to add another pack to it. So there'll just be something that will accompany another tutorial or anything you want. So that's kind of how I'm doing it right now. Oh, but back to the set reviews. If I have to pay the tariff tax for it or the duty fees, unfortunately those videos would be behind a paywall. And I would be of no... it wouldn't be my choice, you know. As we were talking about that on our Discord group, I said if I have to put it behind a paywall just to recuperate that. So I'm hoping that we don't have to, but I got plenty of other things to do. I got plenty of tutorials. I got my imagination to explore, so I'm not like some guys are just doing strictly reviews. They have to depend on this, where for me I don't. Like this, I already see this tree being used for other items. You know, that kind of thing. Alrighty, so where do all these go? They go on the top. Okay, so let me set the book off to the side here, because we won't need that right now, but I'll still need to be able to see it. Well, I see one... Okay, you cannot see what I'm doing. Let's point this up here. Boy, this thing's way up here. Actually, you're looking up now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, 5. Okay, so we just stick these on here. Now, does it matter which way they go on? No, but it's probably the same as with the other ones. You put them in this one right here. That too. Let me get it over here so you can see that better. It's this one right here, right in between these two. Okay, so it looks like that. All right, let's start with the lower ones first. Let's just kind of wiggle these in. Now I'm going to hold in here because I don't trust that. It might fall off, and I don't want to have anything crumble and be doing this all day. I got to pack up and get ready to go, not work on the Deku Tree. So just kind of, you're going to have to kind of wrap your hand around certain things. Like this is starting to get kind of loose. So, boy, that one doesn't want to go on. There we go. You know, these are nice leaf pieces to use. Nice little leaf assemblies. And this is how I do my trees when I do tutorials. I just make a whole assembly and say, okay, make 20 of these and you put them on. Okay. And we got one back here. Make sure those are going on right. All right. Yeah, I got to get my hand in the way on this one. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. And, or I could just rotate it around, huh? There we go. Isn't that better? I forgot I'm on the turntable. Sometimes my brain is not all there. I'm tired. I'm just worn out. All right. And then now we got to put the one on the top right here. That should not be hard. It doesn't matter which way we put it, but I'm going to put it where it's facing out more. And that Well, see, that's exactly what I'm saying. This is very brittle. All right, let's figure out where that went. I'm going to keep it family friendly. I'm not going to use bad words, but it's not very Smurfy. It's kind of yeah. This thing is a POS. I'll let you fill in that acronym. Why don't we just do it like this here and be done with it? And then plug it in there. Yeah. I can't wait to go into a forest and not have to... Oh, I got that in wrong. Isn't that cute? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this thing is really just not fun. Yeah, these are just falling apart. If yours is falling apart, yeah, good luck. Mine's is falling apart, too. Yeah, this is not... It's like, let's hurry up and get it done so we can get it out of here and I can move on to something with more color type build. The sets that I was supposed to get in, lots of bright colors, lots of storylines. This one here is just a, you know, it's just a game memorabilia piece. But there it is. You just have to come in here and just carefully wiggle things around and fluff it up a bit. You know. So that's it for the top. And yeah, I think that's it for that section of bags. And finally, we're going to be wrapping up this whole build installment here with bag 22. So now we got to go back through and do the sorting thing. Now I could have just did the sorting thing before, but you know, and they go in these compartments at the bottom down here. So let me get everything situated here for you. Yeah, so if you're into this hobby and you think you're safe from the tariffs, you are not. So it goes in here, the first one, which is like a bow and arrow. We may have already built it, we don't know, but I'm going to pop that other stuff out right away. You need to take that out of there. Let's make sure here. Yeah, all this here needs to come out. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay, so you're going to have to pull these out here. We may not even have to use any parts from this. It's just strictly for bag 22. And yeah, let's get going here. I got to find bag 22 now. I don't know what I did with it. We haven't done this in a while. So I've been thinking about doing some of the vintage sets. And I would have to spend some time, I got the building guide obviously, the printed ones. Dig out the building guide, and I have to go through my whole collection, pull out all the parts needed to complete the build, and put together a series of videos. It'd just be like retro review or retro build or vintage set build or something. I don't know, I have to think of a name. And just to kind of start in with that, and I think that'd be really cool. I'd have a lot of fun putting together these old style sets. You know, it'd be the same format as this, except, well, it won't be an unboxing. There will not be anything else. It'd just be like, let's just jump on it and build. So now we're doing this bow and arrow thing right here. And so now it's all small stuff. Hopefully I can survive through this. Because I just want to, like I said, get it done so I can get it packing and get it going here. So I'm going to try to see if I can squeeze this set out quick. Because I'm still on a deadline to get this done from Lego. I already got the main review portion done, but I told them I'm going to do both builds. And that's why they said, well, wouldn't you want 2 sets? I'm like, no, just one would be fine. Well, I should have requested for 2 Deku Trees, but how many sets do usually people buy of this stuff? Just 1. I only want 1. You know, because I don't want to have all of them and then say, look what I have. Some of these guys do that. I don't know where that piece went. All right. But yeah, it's not a bad set. It's just a lot of small parts. The colors are bits on the subtle side. They're not too bright and cheerful, but you know, it's a tree. You know, I mean, it's like building my campgrounds. They're not really that bright. It's just the accessories that make it bright. Okay. And just trying to get this done here. Oh, this is kind of cool. So they shove this here, and then they take this and put that on top. So you got that nice 45-degree arch on the top. That's pretty cool. Yeah, but I think you guys and gals are going to like this year's tutorials. I think you're going to enjoy them. Okay, it looks like we're going to be grabbing transparent parts. All I'm seeing are regular yellow and stuff. So let's put yellow over here because that's the one I'm looking for first. I found the red. Okay, then I gotta find the blue. Yeah, this is not, well, it's something printed here. It'd be kind of cool for Halloween. Put that up there. Okay, I found the yellow one, but whoops, that's not supposed to go there. Oh yeah, this set does come with a brick separator, so it comes, it's already done for you. It's pretty much a canned build. And then we got to put the bow on there. Yeah, I kind of want to get back into playing the vintage Legend of Zelda games. There we go, and that goes right inside that slot there. So I think what I'll do though when I do the tour is I'll just take everything off. Okay. And now let's see here. We are focused on the other side. They didn't tell us to put this back on. So I don't think we're supposed to put this on yet. I'll put that in here in the assembled parts bin. And we will get to here right now. So we pop this out here, and we got to rip everything out of that little hole. Okay, so I'll just take this out. I'm just going to kind of take my finger at the bottom and just kind of wiggle it loose and hoping it doesn't disintegrate, which it did. We may need that, we don't know. And then at the end of the day, we're going to see what stuff is already assembled. So that's a nice little accessory piece for something. So we'll hang on to that. Same thing over here now. I don't think we... Yeah, we do need that. Alright, hold on. Okay. So yeah, this set is... it's a challenging build. You want something hard? Here you go. This is hard. Even for a full-grown adult like myself, it's a challenge. So if you're looking for a hard build that's going to challenge your building skills, yeah, this is it. You can see how we're having things falling off earlier. So if you get this, you know, you've been forewarned it's going to be brittle. But as you can tell, though, it's got a lot of detail. Okay, well, what I'm going to do here... It's asking for a call out. I'm just going to stack them right on here. Yeah, my voice is kind of raspy today. Woke up with the breathing issue. I slept a good 7 hours, so that's good. Yeah, so it's Mother's Day today, and I already took my mom out for a Mother's Day dinner earlier in the week, so she appreciated that. And I said, no, you don't have to worry about doing anything on actual Mother's Day. So she's just lounging around. I'm just doing this and working around the house, trying to get things done before I head out of town. So that's always a fun... Well, it's not fun to do chores, but it's always fun to get stuff done before you leave for vacation. But this thing's starting to get kind of weird. It's all one-by-one parts at this point. So it looks like majority of this installment is going to be here, just assembling accessories. I think that's what this whole bag is at this point, is just accessories. But yeah, I've just been kind of lounging around and... Hold up. Okay, sorry about that. I had to clear my throat. I didn't think you wanted to hear all that, so that's the only time I edit out of these. But I've noticed more people prefer these slow style builds. Matter of fact, I get more views on this than I did on the review. So it just tells me more of you prefer these lengthy reviews. I'll still keep the condensed reviews for the viewers who don't want to sit through literally hours of build installments. Okay, looks more like a grave marker, like a headstone or a placard. Just put a map on that or something. That'd be kind of cool. And this goes in here. This must be the target practice. Put that in there, like that. And it's telling you to put the covers back on both sides. Okay. Well, let's do that then. Let me get the covers out of the bin. I thought we were done with those, but no. Put these back on. Yeah, I hear you, phone. I noticed something. These plates here are not supposed to be on here. They show them that they're not supposed to be on here. First off, why isn't this thing sitting quite right? It's fallen apart already. Go figure there. So I'm going to pop these plates off while we're here. They look like they're just not supposed to be there. There we go. Over here. Put this one here. So I left these plates in, so we'll get those out. I'm trying to see if I can see a brick separator close by, but I didn't leave one in the box. Oh yes, I did, so I'm bringing that out. Yes, I've been forgetting a lot of stuff lately, but there it is. Alright, and then now, looks like now we're building the gossip stone. You can see that and read that there. Let's see if I can get that in there. You can just pause the video and read if you want. Don't try to stutter over my words and make a mess out of everything. Oh, this piece is printed right here. That's kind of cool. Make a good piece of wall art. Yeah, so we go out of town. I know I asked my girlfriend if she wanted to stop at some of the art exhibits. She's into that stuff, and she says if we have time. I said sure. I said it's going to be our vacation, so we'll pick a little bit for everybody to do. So yeah. Oh, this tile does go on there. Make sure you get it on the correct way, because my luck, I will put it on there backwards, and you guys will all point that out. All right. So that's what we're doing. We're going to be kind of relaxing and just, you know, going outside. She's an outdoors person, and so am I. So we like to be out, especially for me, because I am cooped up in a house and she's cooped up in a hospital. So you know, it's the price to pay to be a software engineer and a registered nurse. You know, you don't get to go outside as much anymore. The gossip stone. Oh, we can't lay that flat. Well, I could like that. There we go. And the gossip stone goes right in this area, right there. Let me just set that. I'm just going to dry fit it in there. I think it fits in. You're just going to have to wiggle some leaves around and just kind of set that in there. Okay, it looks like, is it going to be one of those issues? That's probably the only place I can put it is right there. Well, you can't see what I'm doing, huh? Right there. And now, I gotta go get something to drink. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back again, and now we got to make two of these things here. It's bright and colorful. So, well, let's do it. And some of these noodle macaroni pieces. And they're the nice lime green, so I could always use those for something. Lime green noodles. The moldy cheese. Yeah, my nephew took his date out to the prom. And so they went out and did that last night, which is cool. You know, I still look at my nephew as a little kid. Yes, he's practically lived here, and I just see him as a kid. Even though I'm not supposed to play a father role, you know, just kind of didn't want to see him grow up. I don't even want to grow up. Unfortunately, I have to. And is that how that's supposed to go in? I guess it is supposed to go in upside down. It's the only way to put it in there. Yeah, so a good chunk of the build now is just going to be building all backward stuff. And I thought that thing was running over there, and it's not. I hate worse when you're working on the computer and it just wants to update, and it shuts off the program. I run the fans on it to keep the machine cool, making sure it's not getting up to like 50 Celsius, because then that would be very bad. Let's just do it like this here. We don't want the computer being baking itself at 100 and something degrees. I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit. Trying hard not to yawn in your ear today. I am tired. But I am going to get this done if it kills me today. And I have never seen this piece in dark green or earth green. I've seen it in gray, black, white, very basic colors like AFOL colors, but never in that. So that's nice, a nice little treat. Yeah, but if you like this set, let me know. I know most don't comment on here. For those who comment, I appreciate it. And I almost forgot everyone. Thank you to my supporters. Thank you for contributing to the channel, to the cause. Thank you for helping me through this adventure. Thank you to my Patreon supporters and my customers who's purchased my building guides. I'm still getting a lot of sales. I'm getting more requests now, so that's always good. Thank you to my subscribers, and for those who comment, it always helps. Thank you to everybody, you know, just even if you just see my channel. And feel free to subscribe and, you know, that kind of thing if you want to see a grown man put this stuff together. And if you are watching this and it's just not your thing, you know, I mean, it works both ways, you know. I don't want to see anybody unsubscribe, but you know, it's been known to happen. But I try my best to kind of make these entertaining or lack of entertaining. I try to make them boring for you, but you know, that kind of thing. And then we got to make 2 of these. But yeah, this is fun, and just seeing the comments and the views and stuff, and it motivates me to do more. Not to just to sit around and not give you anything. I got to give you something in return. You know, I can't just sit here and not do anything. And I swear we're going to get done with this small lot of parts real quick. I'm trying. It's a lot of stuff. Lots of little things going on here. Okay, so these go in here like that. Okay, I'll show you here. Yeah, right there. Just thumb it in and you're done. Okay, pretty cool. All right. Not sure what these are. I have no clue. So yeah, let's do the red ones first. The ones with the red stuff. I like working with just colorful plastic bricks. Some people think it's cool. Some people think it's nerdy. You know, for me, that's their opinion. These could be snapdragons. I have a feeling that's what they are. From the Little Shop of Horrors, if anybody's ever watched that movie. I think that's what these are. I don't know. Sometimes when I'm building stuff, I'm like, what are we working on here? Sometimes it's like a mystery. And I skimmed through the book to see what the build was like, but I don't know what we're doing exactly. And Deku Babas? Yeah, okay, that's what they are. Deku Babas. So one of them goes here. And making sure I get this set up right. So it's like that. And doesn't really show where it goes, so you're just going to have to guess. I think it goes like this. And what I'm gathering is it doesn't really show it in the building guide. I'm just assuming it goes here. Like that. Of course, if I had the 3D building guide, I would know, but, well, I'm not cool enough to have that right now. Plus, my iPad's dead, so I gotta wait for that. And I see where this little plant goes here. Put that back in there. The building guide told on itself. And this other one goes right here in this area. So we will set that in here and then turn it like that. Except the leaves are falling off, so be careful how you push that on there. And that takes care of that little plant right there. And after that, we have to apparently, I guess I shortchanged some leaves out of here. They show leaves in here, and then you got to put these things in just randomly. Okay. If I run out of leaves, and I'll have to go in the other bin. Alright, so I'll make a note of that. We got to put a second one in here, which is here. Can you see what I'm doing? Okay, good, you can. Don't want to deprive you and have you miss out on stuff, because that's never fun. Okay. And yeah, the leaves, I did skip the leaves. Okay. There's more to that. I skipped step 281. I would have really made a mistake there. Glad now I checked. So we got to put these green stud flowers in here, starting with that one. And in all fairness, though, it's easy to mess up and skip a step like I did. You know, and if you think you messed up, always go back and read your work. Listen to your gut. It'll, you know, something doesn't look right. It looks weird. It's most likely probably wrong. And that mushroom thing. See, a lot of this stuff is just breaking off. And this is the only bad thing about larger models, is that parts will fall off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not supposed to be in there. That gets pulled then. Okay. Gee, I like the other one better. I know, me too, but we got to do both. I told Lego I was going to do it, and I don't want to lie. Okay, we got to do them both. And looks like that takes care of the foliage. Oh, come on, stop it. Yep. Okay. now we're doing whatever that is, I don't know. I'll have it indexed for that. Oh, something is printed. Is that Grimace from McDonald's? We don't know. Well, Grimace is purple. Never mind. I don't know what I was thinking when I said that. I don't know what that is. Is it some kind of Pokemon that we don't know about that's hidden in here? I mean, they're both Nintendo games, right? So maybe it's just something going on here. So at the very end on this model, we're actually doing more printed stuff, which is cool. You know, actually I needed these in tan, and there they are. There's one at least. I need two of them. Well, there's two of them. Never mind. So I got a tutorial coming up now for those. You probably won't see it until 2026, unless I move some stuff around. But oh, I got another one. Cool. We're getting a bunch now. That's nice. Okay. And now put these on here. Yeah, and I just realized I forgot to get a haircut, and well, maybe it's for the best, because going out in the forest, yeah, I don't think I want to have too much hair removed, because yeah, I don't want to get my scalp burned. I just realized that. It's like I didn't get a haircut, but I don't want to get that burned. That's maybe a good thing I forgot. Yeah, sometimes forgetting things is always good. There we go. Yeah, my nephew got his first taste of jury duty. He realized it was boring. Like, dude, yeah, seriously. Okay. And I put the hat on. What the heck is this thing? It should tell me. Oh, I see a label, but I don't want to read it just yet. It's got obviously hands that are for leaves. Oh, I've got to put the nose cones on there. My bad. We'll get to it eventually. Like I said, I hadn't played these games in so long. A lot of the stuff I forgot. It's cool, though, because it's printed. Somebody in their junk car revving up. What am I saying? I own a beater mobile myself, but it still works and it's reliable. And this guy just sits here. Now, does this... No, sit correctly. Don't slouch. Oh, it's a Deku Tree sprout. That's what he is. Okay. And yeah. Let's see here. And now we're actually putting some stuff on the inside of the tree. So we're turning our attention back in here. I have no clue what this is. We don't have a lot of stuff. It's just small stuff. So it's let's make sure we're not building two of them, because I don't want to have to go and do this twice. Oh, but I do need these. There's supposed to be a spider or something in here, but I never got to it. Maybe that's what this is. We don't know. All right. But it's nice to see you guys and gals comment on these, because then it lets me know you're interested. If you're not interested in these, I understand too. Some have told me, which it's a shame that I, you know, on the main channel I get more views on my speed builds than I do on regular tutorials. So, you know, can't please everyone. Alright, so this is some kind of like a tiki torch or something. So you put that in there backwards like that. Okay, and then you stick the flame in there. And this little guy goes in here. I know my hands are in the way. I'll show you here in a second, because even I can barely see that. Boy, they made this is meant for like little hands. This is not meant for full-grown adult hands, I'll tell you that much. Because I'm having a hard time even putting this little goofy gadget in here. Let's try it again. Yeah, anybody who's 18 plus with little hands, you got an advantage, because that was not easy to put in there. Of course, this needs to be pushed in. All right. And then now we got to do the fairy slingshot and a treasure chest. The fairy slingshot, is that like a new item? Oh! Oh! I have some plans for that, but it's not here. If anybody's ever... this would have been perfect for The Simpsons. The Simpsons set. The fairy slingshot. Put that in there in the brittle brown chest. I mean reddish brown. Still got to call it brittle brown, even if they fixed it. I first thought there was really nothing inside of here, but no. There is accessories inside. So the chest goes right in there, and of course you can open it up a little bit. The fairy slingshot. Now here's the deal. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I don't know if I want to do close-up on this or not. I'm still debating on it. Really, I'm already doing close-ups as I'm building it. I could just jump right on into the tour and review and just be like, done. I don't know. But I think that'd be doing a disservice to anybody who's really interested in this. Plus I already got the camera cleaned off so I can do it. So those go in there. We got the fairy slingshot in there. I got to tell my friend because he's only built the main one, the one we did before this one. And I got to tell him that bag 22 has a treat in there. Okay. Because he wanted to know how hard it was to disassemble the set and build the other one. I said, it's not worth it. If you build the main one and you're happy with it, stick with it. That's just it. Don't even think about it. You're going to need this tile next. All right. And I don't know what this says. It could be a flag. Well, it tells me right here. A skull tula or something? Let me pull that up so you can see that. Scortula? I don't know. That does not want to go in for some reason. Got to force it in. So I'm hoping to finish this up today, get it fully reviewed, and then hopefully by the end of next week is have it up on YouTube. Now when I'm out of here, I will not be editing videos. No, that's when I get back. I will not. I know some people, they're so hardcore on YouTube. They'll bring their laptops and they'll I think that's how it goes. They'll bring their laptop and stuff and do their YouTube videos, like they'll edit while they're on vacation. No, I'm not. No, that's not going to happen. So we're not. No way. The only thing I'm bringing is a phone. I'll still check messages. Where we're going has got cell service. So obviously I will still be able to read your comments, questions, and concerns. Alright. And then these now go on the little sticks here. And of course I got that wrong, so you're going to have to twist it. It wants it to face inwards. Like that. Okay, so I gotta do that again. Getting kind of hungry here. I gotta find something to snack on. My mom just wants to kind of relax today and not worry about anything, and that's how I am. I'll be relaxing tomorrow. And that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I cannot wait. You guys and gals don't understand. I like being outside. I mean, Lego stuff is fun, but right now, yesterday was 102. I think today's going to be in the high 90s. And doing this stuff outside would be fun, but I don't want my Lego to melt all over the place. I don't want to have to clean that mess up, especially when they're candle parts. You don't want those melting all over the ground. Okay, I think that's how it goes, like that. Okay, and we got to do more for the bottom. So you're putting a lot of small parts together. This is I think that's how it goes on here. Well, the tooth is facing the wrong way. Like that. So I gotta do the other one now. We're almost done, and I can start setting up, and we can move on. I can move on with my life and do something fun. I mean, honestly, and you're working on the same set for a few weeks. This one's been going on over a month, just off and on, and I really want to get into something new. And then this goes right here, I believe. Except I did it backward or sideways. I gotta be careful how that goes on. At least this is printed, so I gotta give the set props. It's printed. So that's your flag thing there, your skull flag or whatever that is. Oh, that's what the string is for. Okay. So remember this. Well, first, I have to find it. Where did it go now? Do I have to, I don't know where it's at. I can feel it, but it's caught right in here. I cannot wait till this is done, folks. Let's see if I can pop the side off here and get to it. No, you cannot pop it off. How do you get the string out of here, Lego? Like, seriously, how do you get the string out of here? Oh, there it is. Steel. Okay. Alright. And then now we got the string here. Yeah, good luck getting it onto that. Does it matter which way it goes? Okay, I got it the right way. Good, because I don't want to have to do that one time. I don't want to have to do it 5 million times. And he's supposed to just hang in there. So you can just roll him up like that, and then just do this. He can surprise you and not get hung up. So there he is. And it even tells you how to do it too. Wind it up, which it's got a little ratchet system and stuff like that. So the light blue hand from the void, or the gray hand, tells you to do it like this. And then you just come over here. Okay, you can't see what I'm doing. Hold on, because I want to make sure that you saw that too. Yeah. So he drops down. So what you do is you roll this up. He fits up inside and just... let me try it again here. So you got to hold it down. So that's how he works. That's not too bad. And that's it. And so indeed, we did not have to take this thing apart. And we still have Link's house and all this stuff. So what I'm proposing to do now, it just shows them separate. I don't think it connects to anything. So your guess is as good as mine. And yeah, you do get another fairy slingshot. So that will be of use. I don't know what to use it for, but we'll give it to Bart Simpson. There we go. That's what we have remaining for bag 22. And with the Brick Separator. Okay, now what I'd like to do is start setting up the build. And I think I am going to go ahead and go through with the close-up. Don't fall. With the close-up tour. And I think the close-up tour on something like this will be beneficial. Let's make sure we can spin it. There we go. I'm not moving that. So you're obviously going to need this. Now, I'm just going to put this back on here. It fits, so. But they show this separate, and I think because that other totem is supposed to be here. So I think this is just meant to be separate. And let's just keep it how the book's got it here. You got Link's house. So you don't mess with this. This stays the same. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and be inclined to zoom out. Do we even use the accessories? Let me keep the book open for that. It doesn't show the creative accessories that goes with it, so maybe not? I don't know. See, are we using this for anything? Probably not. So I'm just going to throw the stuff that we need in here. We got Zelda. We'll just put her here. Well, don't walk down. You stand there. Stand there like a lady and be done with it. Of course, we're going to put our 20 million links in here. And this thing here is supposed to talk. Well, we'll get to that when we do the tour. This, oh, it goes to this. This thing fell apart. This is supposed to sit here. So what I'm gathering is, if I can even get it to sit in there, we're not supposed to cover that shroom thing up, that enchanted mushroom thing. I forgot its name already because it's not really important. We got to have another link in here with him there. And then we got the other Zelda. So I didn't lose anything. I kept it inside these containers. And I'm just going to put Link right here. And also these things fell off the side of this. This thing's kind of just brittle. It just falls apart so easily. Which way does it go? Oh, it goes up. So yeah, you get your set, you build it, just display it. Don't even bother messing with it because you're going to have the problems like I'm having here. And that's what I'm just gathering. It's just that. So this sits right in here. And if you watch the other tour, it's the same thing, but we're going to do that. So it's up to you if you want to keep this with this here. You can put this thing back over here or just leave it here. But you could do it any way you want to your liking. It would be it's your Lego set. You could do whatever you wish with it. Let me back everything up here and get this going for you. So right now we're just setting up and stuff. But that concludes the build. We haven't got to the review yet. And yeah, I'm pleased with it. It's just another one of these sets that is just a novelty piece, nothing more. It's just meant to be displayed and admired. And yeah, I still haven't got that floodlight bracket because I'm not paying $50 for a bent piece of metal. And if I put this back here, it covers that up. So this is meant just to sit off to the side. How am I going to do this? I don't know. Just do it like that, I guess. We've already seen this stuff in the previous build. But all in all, though, it's a pretty interesting set. since we've already did the 360 spin tour when we were building it, I don't think we need to do that. Why? Well, just to save sanity and all that stuff. I don't want to have to go back and regurgitate content. But this is essentially what you got here. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's take a closer look at everything. So here we have Zelda and young Link. And of course we got the Master Sword. And that totem that you have to give it seeds, I can't remember. And there's another Link just ready to fall in there. Here, stand up straight. And then that enchanted mushroom thing for the tree. And of course we've seen this if you've watched the main tour. This one hasn't changed, so this is pretty much the same. Get this stuff out of the way for you, because the only thing that really has changed is this. You see there's lots of foliage on here. Well, I could put a few more pieces on there. I mean, the face on this is not too bad. Lots of greenery. And we got the little enchanted flowers. And yes, I already forgot the names, since it's been like an hour later since I've actually getting to this. And then here's the back. Not as elaborate as the Breath of the Wild, but still, we got the spider in here, and he does go up and down. So basically you just control this little ratchet system here and he's out of the way. And yeah, got the treasure chest. Let's see if I can get that out of there and show you the close-up of that fairy slingshot. There it is right there. It's like a new piece, new for me anyways. And yeah, and if you want to come in here, I believe that this is some sort of a gate. This opens up all the way. You can also use it as a mouth. And in addition, we can drop the spider down if we come in there. So you just have to tap this. It just comes dangling down. And yeah, it's pretty clever. It's very simple if you watch the build installment series on this. Not a whole lot going on up here. As you saw, this piece does come off, so be very careful. So this model here doesn't have a whole lot going on with the interior, but we also do have the hidden stuff in here too. There's the bow and arrow. Just put that back on there. That's if it wants to cooperate, which these things never really do. Let me try it with the other hand here. There we go. And this one here also does come out, and there's a close-up of this right here. I'm assuming that's probably for target practice. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. And of course, let's mess around with the mouth here. And this set is not really kind with moving things around because things fall off, they break real easily. We'll get into that into the review. So you just pull this thing back. I mean, it's kind of cool. You can have them talking a little bit. But unlike the other one, this one does not have the eyes that move. But yeah, this is... I don't even want to touch that really because I'm afraid some parts are going to fall off. But that's essentially what we did here. So this model is not as detailed as the Breath of the Wild. So the Ocarina of Time is just basically what it is. And I'm pretty pleased with the outcome, but it's lacking a lot of stuff compared to the first model we explored. And as you can see, a lot of this stuff just likes falling off. But yeah. Well, how interested was I in this build? Let's take a closer look. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and jump on in the review here with play value. And as you saw, this set does have some play value, but not as much as the Breath of the Wild Deku Tree. So this one here doesn't really have a whole lot going on in terms of interior play, just very few things like that skull thing that floats down. You got the mouth that opens up. Looks like a drawbridge. At least that's working right. And of course you got the enchanted mushroom thing, I forgot its name, Link's house, and of course this right here. So not a lot has changed from the original build. So you don't have to spend a whole lot of time rebuilding this. If you choose, you don't want to, just watch the build installments. Build quality on this set, I'd say it's fair to poor. If you've watched this thing, this back piece comes off. We had problems with attaching the face like we did with the first model. And a lot of these plant pieces just will fall off after messing around with it, handling the set. So this is one of those models that you're going to have to just put on display and just to admire. So if you got a place to put this in your city, you know, you could do that, or in your Lego Zelda theme. The set is, from the front, looks complete. The terrain, you can probably blend this in, but as you can tell, though, this is meant to be displayed. So you could just blend this in, or put it on a Mills plate would be better. But for me personally, it is finished off in terms of just one side has to face the wall, and you can drop it into a city or a theme. Play value is okay on this one. I think we already discussed that. And yeah, my mind's on something else right now, which is vacation. We also got the master stored. It comes with a lot of accessories, you know, as you can see. So in all fairness, it is a nice 2-in-1 model. So we're going to jump right on the review. And I'm going to say this one here is probably still at a 6, 6.5 on this. Mainly just due to build quality. Build quality struck this one down, as well as the play value. Build experience it was okay. It kept my interest, so I'm not going to lie there. It's a very interesting... Sorry about that. I had a itch that I had to get to, and this just flew off somewhere. I had a... I don't know where this goes. Maybe it's an extra piece. Hey, I don't script them. You got to at least admit that I don't do that. But it kept my interest, but it's the color scheme on this. It's not really a bright, colorful build. It looks good when it's done, but if you're not interested in this type of color palette, yeah, it's not really appealing. But for me personally, though, it's a nice little build. It's something to look at. But that's what it is. It's just eye candy. And for me personally, would I go through the trouble if to build this set? If you, let's say you built the Breath of the Wild, would you want to go through the let me start all over with that. Hey, I'm not editing this out. If you built the Breath of the Wild, is it worth going through the task to build Ocarina of Time? No. Flat out no. It takes more time to take this and prepare it. About 20 to 30 minutes. Just make sure you take your time. You got to prepare all this. It didn't take a long time putting it back together, but honestly, out of the two models, the first model was better, the Breath of the Wild. That one had a lot more detail than this set. And just like with the other models here, we have some pieces that are left over from the other ones. So you can use these as decorations. And in addition, you have some of these, and there's a bin of pink leaves that I lost. You also have extra ones of those too, so you could probably decorate this up with cherry blossom trees if you choose. But yeah, for me personally, this is not worth taking apart to build the other alternative model. But nonetheless, though, it depends on which one you start with. They're both equally the same in terms of build quality, build experience, and putting this in your city or theme. Just the play value on this one seems like it's a bit lacking. But honestly, though, I'm pretty pleased with the outcome. It's just not really my thing at this point. I like the other one a little bit better, But I'm happy with it. It's a nice set to put together. So it doesn't matter which tree you build. You just pick one and stick with it. And yeah, not too bad, but I want to hear what your thoughts on this set. Tell me what you think.